Eala sends the defending champion to an early exit in Washington.
She was down 1-5 in the second set against a defending champion in front of a crowd that had already started walking toward the exits. And then something happened that nobody in that stadium will ever forget. Something that had grown men go silent, had strangers grab each other's arms, had a 19-year-old girl do something that shouldn't have been possible. But here's the strange part. The moment that changed everything didn't look like anything at all. No scream, no fist pump, no dramatic gesture. Just a girl named Alex, walking slowly to a towel, breathing once, and turning back around like nothing had happened. That's where this story really begins. Not with the final point, not with the trophy, with a girl who refused to accept what the scoreboard was telling her. Rewind 2 hours. Washington, D.C. is buzzing in a way it hasn't buzzed in years. Not because of politics, not because of some celebrity sighting, because of tennis. Specifically because of a flag. Red, blue, and gold, popping up everywhere you looked. In the stands, on t-shirts, on handmade signs held by kids who probably should have been in bed hours earlier. Families had driven for hours. Some had rearranged entire work schedules. Overseas Filipinos scattered across the East Coast had converged on one stadium for one reason. A girl named Alex was playing, and something about her felt different. Not just talented, not just promising, different. Here's what almost nobody outside that arena understood in that moment. Alex wasn't just trying to win a tennis match. She was carrying an entire country's hope onto a court against someone who had already proven she could crush hope for breakfast. Because standing across the net was Leylah Fernandez, the defending champion of this exact tournament. A former Grand Slam finalist, a player who didn't just know how to win, she knew how to survive, how to claw back from the brink, how to make opponents feel the walls closing in right when they thought they had the match won. If you're thinking this sounds like the setup to an inspirational underdog story, slow down. Because underdog stories usually have one twist. This one has 3. And the first twist arrives before a single ball is even struck. Just days before this match, Alex had already done something that turned heads across the entire tournament. She took down an Olympic champion in a brutal 3-set battle that could have broken a lesser competitor. That win told everyone paying attention that this wasn't beginner's luck. But it also did something dangerous. It put a target on her back. Because in professional tennis, the moment you prove you're dangerous, nobody underestimates you again. Leylah Fernandez wasn't walking into this match confused about who Alex was. She knew exactly what she was facing. And champions don't fear talent. They study it. They dismantle it. Picture the warm-up. 2 athletes, both perfectly composed, both giving away absolutely nothing. No trash talk, no nerves visible on the surface. Just quiet, controlled hitting. The kind of silence that feels louder than any cheer. And underneath that silence, a question neither player could answer out loud. Who breaks first? Because that's really what this match was about beneath the strokes and the score lines. Not just skill, belief. The kind of belief that only reveals itself when everything is falling apart. Now here's where the story does something you won't expect. The match starts, and for a while, it looks like a normal, cautious, feeling each other out battle. Neither player rushes. Every rally unfolds like 2 chess players testing the board, searching for a weakness, waiting for the other to overextend. And then, almost without anyone noticing at first, something shifts. Alex stops reacting to Leylah's game and starts imposing her own. She steps inside the baseline. Her returns get deeper, heavier, more purposeful. She's not swinging wildly for glory. She's making calculated decisions, point after point, like she's slowly tightening a grip nobody else can see yet. It doesn't look spectacular. It looks patient. And patient tennis is the kind that wins tournaments, not just highlight reels. Leylah senses the shift immediately, because champions always do. She fights back the way champions fight back, extending rallies, changing angles, forcing Alex into longer, more physically demanding exchanges. Every single point becomes a mini war. And the crowd? The crowd is losing its mind. Every incredible retrieval gets a gasp. Every perfectly placed passing shot gets louder. Strangers who walked in as neutral spectators are suddenly picking a side without even realizing it. That's the strange magic of live sport. For 2 hours, thousands of individuals become one nervous system, reacting together, breathing together, hoping together. And right in the middle of that noise, a break point arrives. The kind of moment that decides entire matches. The stadium seems to physically hold its breath. Leylah serves strong exactly like a champion should. The rally that follows is brutal. Cross-court down the line, back cross-court, neither player willing to blink first. And then Alex sees it. Not a gift, just a sliver of opportunity. She steps in, drives it deep, and the game is hers. Here's the part that should have been the headline of the night. She doesn't celebrate like someone who just got lucky. She turns, takes a breath, and walks back like she expected this all along. That composure is the loudest statement a player can make without saying a single word. It says, "I'm not surprised I'm here. I belong here." From that moment, something in the emotional temperature of the match changes. Leylah isn't playing badly. Her shots are still landing where she wants them. But Alex keeps finding answers. Every hold builds her confidence a little more. Every return chips away at the certainty a defending champion is supposed to carry onto her home turf. And championship tennis, more than anything else, comes down to one invisible battle nobody can see on a stat sheet: who believes first and who believes longest. By the time the first set reaches its final moments, Alex is serving for it. The stadium noise becomes almost unbearable. And then cleanly, without drama, she closes it out. "First set, Alex." The applause rolls through half the arena like thunder. But here's where you need to lean in, because this is where the story takes its first real turn. The one that makes everything before it feel like a warm-up for what's coming. Because everyone in that building, including Alex herself, knew one unshakable truth about defending champions. They do not go quietly. And Leylah Fernandez was about to prove exactly why she held that title in the first place. The second set opens like a completely different match. Leylah comes out sharper, faster, more aggressive. Like she flipped a switch nobody else in the building had access to. She attacks earlier in rallies. Her returns land deeper. Every service game Alex has to fight for now feels like it costs twice as much energy as before. And then it happens. The score starts sliding. 1 game becomes 2. 2 becomes 3, then 4. The crowd that was roaring minutes earlier grows quieter, not because they stopped caring, but because they're trying to process what they're watching. Before anyone can fully catch up, the scoreboard reads something almost nobody expected after that dominant first set: 5-1. 5-1. Read that again, because this is the number the entire rest of the story hinges on. The defending champion has stormed back with terrifying efficiency. And across the net, Alex, the same composed, confident player from 20 minutes earlier, suddenly looks like she's fighting just to survive each point. This is the part of the story where most people, watching from home or sitting in that stadium, quietly start writing the ending in their heads. A third set feels inevitable. Commentators start discussing what each player might need physically and mentally if this match goes the full distance. Fans near the exits start checking their phones for parking times, because 5-1 against a fighter like Leylah Fernandez doesn't usually get erased. It usually gets finished. And this is exactly the moment where you need to pay the closest attention, because everything about to happen next defies what almost everyone in that building believed was possible. Alex walks to the towel. She doesn't slam her racket. She doesn't argue with the air. She doesn't even look rattled. She just breathes, resets, and walks back to the baseline with the exact same expression she wore during the opening point of the match. That single quiet moment might be more important than anything that happens for the rest of this story, because it's the moment where a 19-year-old decided the scoreboard didn't get to write the ending for her. The next game starts. Nothing flashy. 1 solid serve. 1 patient rally. 1 point at a time. She holds. 5-2. It's not a comeback yet. It's barely a whisper of one. But whispers have a way of getting louder when nobody expects them to. Leylah is still 1 game away from closing out the set completely. She has every right, every piece of momentum, every ounce of home court experience suggesting the match is about to head exactly where she wants it. But pressure is a strange, slippery thing. It doesn't stay loyal to whoever's winning. It goes looking for cracks. And as Leylah steps up to serve again, something in the crowd shifts. Not certainty yet. Just possibility. A flicker. The Filipino sections grow louder with every single point Alex wins, like they can feel something building before the scoreboard even shows it. Then comes one of the longest, most brutal rallies of the entire night. Neither player wants to be the one who blinks. Forehand, backhand, cross-court, down the line, back to the middle again. And then, finally, Alex steps in and redirects the ball with a piece of timing that looks almost impossible under that kind of pressure. Winner. The crowd doesn't just cheer. It erupts, and suddenly the defending champion, who moments ago looked completely untouchable, is serving under real pressure for the very first time all night. One missed first serve becomes two. The rally that follows gets tighter, tenser, heavier. Alex isn't hitting miracle shots. She's simply asking one more question every single point. Can you hold your nerve right now? Can you close this out while I keep pushing? Those questions get heavier every time they're asked. And Leylah, to her enormous credit, keeps fighting, because that's what got her the title in the first place. But something invisible has already started slipping through her fingers. Another break, 5-3. And now, for the first time in nearly 20 minutes, the entire stadium comes back to life. People who had one foot out the door turn back around. Phones that had been checking parking apps come back up, pointed at the court. Because everyone in that building suddenly understands what they might be witnessing. Not a miracle exactly, something more dangerous than a miracle. Momentum. And once real momentum starts moving in professional tennis, it becomes almost impossible to stop. Because it feeds on itself, point after point, until the player losing it can feel the ground shifting beneath them in real time. Alex holds again, 5-4. The pressure has officially, completely, undeniably flipped sides. Every bounce of the ball sounds louder now. Every missed first serve from Leylah draws a nervous murmur from thousands of people at once. And then it happens. The moment that turns a comeback story into a legend. Another enormous breakpoint. The kind that decides careers, not just matches. The stadium goes almost completely silent, the way it only does right before something enormous happens. Alex returns deep. Leylah answers. The rally stretches. And then an error. Break back. 5-5. The sound that follows isn't just applause. It's disbelief echoing off every wall of that stadium at once. Just minutes earlier, this match looked finished. Now nobody, not the players, not the commentators, not a single person in those stands, has any idea what's about to happen next. Two more games pass in a blur of nerves and willpower, neither player giving an inch, until the scoreboard reads 6-6. A tiebreak. If you've never watched a tennis tiebreak live, understand this. It is the most brutally honest format the sport has to offer. 2 hours of history, tactics, and emotional investment, all compressed into a handful of points where a single mistake can end everything. The first point goes to Alex, then another. Leylah tries to answer, tries to find whatever spark carried her from 1-5 earlier in the set. It never arrives. Every return Alex hits lands exactly where it needs to. Every serve finds its mark. The gap widens with a speed that feels almost unfair. 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. Match point. Thousands of phones are up now recording, because nobody in that building wants to miss whatever comes next. One final rally. Controlled, careful. And then Alex sees her window and commits completely. The ball lands clean, deep, untouchable. Game, set, match. For 1 full second, there's nothing. Just silence thick enough to feel. And then the entire stadium detonates at once. Alex Eala has just defeated the defending champion 6-2, 7-6, completing one of the most dramatic reversals of the entire tournament. And here's the moment that tells you everything you need to know about who she really is. She doesn't collapse to the ground. She doesn't scream into the night sky. She simply smiles, walks calmly to the net, and shakes hands with the woman who nearly finished her off 20 minutes earlier. Respect, not revenge. That's the note this entire night ends on, because this win was never really about beating a defending champion, even though that's exactly what happened. It was about something quieter, something harder to teach. Staying composed when the scoreboard turns against you, trusting your own game when logic says you shouldn't, and refusing to let one bad stretch define an entire story. Those aren't skills you learn overnight. They're built in 1,000 practice sessions nobody ever filmed, in losses nobody ever wrote articles about, in quiet moments of self-belief when absolutely no one else was watching. As the interviews begin, you can feel the entire conversation around her changing in real time. Nobody is asking whether she belongs on this stage anymore. That question got answered somewhere between 1-5 and 5-5. The new question, the one everyone in that stadium walked out asking each other, is simpler and far more dangerous for her future opponents. How far can she actually go? Because every win like this one doesn't just add a trophy to a shelf. It adds pressure. It adds expectation. It adds a spotlight that gets brighter and harder to hide from every single time she steps back onto a court. But if this one unforgettable night in Washington proved anything, it's that Alex isn't chasing anyone's expectations anymore. She's setting her own. And somewhere beyond that stadium, in tournaments nobody has played yet, in matches nobody has scheduled yet, an entire tennis world just quietly started paying very, very close attention. Very close attention.